Hello everyone, it's Sammy Preen again. Welcome back to my garage. It's been a while since the last video, but it's been wild and hectic around here and I haven't been able to get into the garage and do any kind of work for a while with my birthday and Father's Day and some other things that have gone on, which we'll talk about. But today I wanted to talk about my latest finished project, which is the Shadow Walker. And I gotta make sure I put this right side up. So this is the Shadow Walker here, which we'll talk a little bit in more detail in a few minutes. Just wanted to show you that if you can see it. Video is hard. It's hard to really look and see all the detail in the pictures, but we'll talk about that again a little bit later. I had created that painting. It was the third one that I was working on the night that I did this one, which is the Soul Ship painting that I did a video on last week. And if you recall, if you watched the video, what I talked about is that I was having some problems with the previous painting that I was working on. It was stuck and it was frustrating me. So I took a step back, I smudged myself, and I asked for some guidance from the spirit world to help me come up with something special for that night, just to help me, move my hand or whatever, give me a vision to see what I needed to do. And so I came up with the Soul Ship, the second piece, and then the Shadow Walker. And when I looked at it, I started to see a figure appear in that painting. And it looked to me as if it was a shaman or a medicine man doing a ceremonial dance around the fire at night. And I remembered that 2 nights before that, I had watched a movie called Windwalker. And it was a movie, it was an old movie, probably 70s, late 70s, kind of a cheesy movie, but has a really great story to it. And basically the story is a Native American man. He has twin boys. He married the love of his life, his childhood sweetheart in the tribe. They had twins. And there was a rival clan that came and tried to steal his twin boys because of a previous vendetta. And in the process, his wife was killed and one of his sons was abducted, one of his twins. And this man spent his entire life looking for his son. Never being able to find him and bring him home. One day he's an old man, right? And he dies. His family buries him or puts him on the burial bier. And he's there, and after his funeral, as they're going home, the other rival clan comes and attacks them, his remaining family members. And he sees this in his visions, the old man, who is now dead, but he reincarnates. He comes back to life to help his family survive this attack by the rival clan. And during this time, he comes to find out that one of the rival clans is his long-lost son, who was raised by that clan and is now with them. So they reunite. And it's really a beautiful story about enduring love and also the fragility of life and the honoring of spirit, right? The concept of reincarnation and spirit. So that reminded me of a poem by Rumi, which I want to read, that kind of ties all this together for me in the way I'm feeling about this painting and the way I'm feeling about what's going on in my life right now, which I'll explain in a minute. But here's the poem. When on the day of my death you carry my bier, do not imagine my heart has remained in this world. Do not weep over me. Do not say, oh, how sad, how sad. That would be tumbling into the trap of the devil, and that would be sad. When you see my corpse laid out, don't cry out, he has gone. For union and meeting will then be mine forever. And as you lower me into my tomb, do not say farewell, for the tomb veils from us the union of paradise. My decline you have seen. Now discover my soaring ascent. So to me, what Rumi is talking about there is about rejoicing, celebrating someone's life, and rejoicing that they are now going to the next stage of their journey, and that we should not be sad in that. My mother passed away last year. It will be a year on July 29th. My birthday was just on June 20th, and every year she usually calls me and sings happy birthday to me. Whether she gets me on the phone or she leaves me a message, she sings happy birthday. And I always thought it was really cheesy. You know, it was kind of silly to me, but well, I really missed it this year. I missed hearing her voice and having her sing happy birthday to me in that cheesy way that she did. Also on my birthday on June 20th, this time my aunt passed away, and she was the youngest and last surviving member of my grandmother Eva, my maternal great grandmother, of her children. So it was a very sad and bittersweet day, with my birthday and Father's Day on the same day, and the loss of my aunt, and then the remembrance of my mother's call. But Rumi's poem and my Shadow Walker painting reminds me that they are all in a better place, and they are no longer suffering. And now, even with my mother, I can create a stronger bond, because there is no ego when speaking with spirit. I can be honest as I can, without worrying about hurting someone's feelings, without worrying about how it will be interpreted. This gives me a great sense of gratitude that I can communicate with her and with others in a way that can help me heal in much more profound way. So I really want to convey the message that even though we have loss and tragedy, we need to still look for the positive, to be grateful that we had those people in our lives and had the opportunity to share with them our joys, our achievements, and our failures. So that's kind of what I got from all this. It's been kind of a difficult week, which is why I haven't been in the garage. But I wanted to come out here and say this to you, even though it's a little somber. I think it's a message that needs to be told, and I'm giving it to you, and maybe you can spread that out and give it to others, to maybe ease the pain a little bit, to understand that this is a process that we all have to go through, and it's not absolutely the end, right? We are going into a next stage of our journey, which is and can be quite beautiful if we look at it that way. So I'm going to get the Shadow Walker again out and take a little close up. So this is what I see here in this painting. You know, up here on the top, there's a face. You got the face, the nose, the chin, and the body of a shaman or a medicine man or a person doing a ceremonial dance around a fire at night. And the fire is illuminating his robe as he dances around the fire, with the smoke coming up around, and it is accentuating his movements around the fire as he does his ceremonial dance for spirit, for allowing spirit to come in, and to allowing the spirits of recently departed to go and to move out to where they need to be. When I think about spirits and my mother and all those who've gone before me, I wish I had a special light that I could shine over the top of me and behind me, so that you could see all the spirits that are behind me. I feel them all the time. I've felt them most of my life. There would be a vast army behind me that you could see of all my spirit guides, the ascended masters, the guardian angels that I have, the archangels, my ancestors, and my recently departed family members standing there supporting me. I've done some stupid things in my life, and probably some of those things probably should have ended my life. But I wasn't afraid to do them because I always felt so supported. Even though I did stupid things, I always felt supported in the things that I did. Maybe that's short-sighted, but that's the way I felt. And now that my mother is gone and my aunt is gone and most of my elders are gone, there's not too many left. And so I kind of feel like the torch is passing to me to kind of lead the younger people in my family and to be a positive role model and source of inspiration. And I think I'm trying to do that with these videos, with artwork, because I've never felt in my life that I was an artist until very recently. And I had to listen to those around me who were telling me that I needed to watch my language when I spoke of myself. That's something that I always convey to my clients. I always talk to them about the words that they use, in how they describe themselves, how they describe food or things that they're putting into their bodies, and how they speak to others, because words are important, right? When we speak to ourselves, those words become ingrained in us and become part of us, our personality, our thinking process, our self-esteem. And so I also had to be careful about how I spoke about myself, especially when I start speaking to myself about my creativity and my artwork. And then also doing these videos is kind of hard as well, because it's very nerve-wracking. It makes me extremely uncomfortable. But I do this so that I can show others that whatever you want to do, whoever you want to be in life, it's possible. Just as long as you put your mind to it and step into your fears, you can walk through them, and you will see on the other side how beautiful it is when you do these things. And now I have to, I'm giving these gifts to my younger family members, and I hope that I'm doing a good job. I don't always get it right. I'm not always the best example, but I always am doing what I feel is the best representation of myself, even when I get it wrong. So I wanted to thank you for being here, enjoying my channel, spreading the word of the messages that I put out. It's very important to me. It means a lot that you're here, and you're here for a reason. My energy has brought you here. Is why you're watching this video, and I hope you'll spread that out to others, and in your own way, your own messages as well, of positivity, of love, going forward. So thank you again for being here. I want to say that I love all of you. If you want to know more about my philosophy on how I work with clients, you can visit me at vanguardwellnessgroup.com or myhealthpathway.com. If you have any comments about the Rumi poem about Shadow Walker, it is for sale, so if you're interested in buying it, let me know. Or anything else that you might want to discuss about spirit, about how we can go about reaching out to spirit or whatever, please feel free to make those comments or reach out to me. I love to hear from people about their experiences, about life, and I invite all of you in to share those with me. So I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you real soon. Thank you.